Wow. What a bad couple of weeks for the Democrats. Actually, it's been a bad year for the Democrats, man. Joe Biden has been trying to go after Donald Trump because he can't win on his occupation of the Oval Office. Joe Biden has failed this country. So therefore now, his administration wants to go after Donald Trump and get him convicted before the election. However, guys, the news we got today, man, there will be no more trials in 2024 as expected. The only thing they got is that hush money trial in New York, which will be overturned, by the way, and it's completely backfired now. Trump support is actually going up since that conviction. But when it comes to the January 6th case, oh boy. Yeah, I believe the death knell has been put into this case. This, my friends, is a federal case. They're trying to go after Donald Trump for January 6th. President Trump says he has absolute immunity because he was the president, an official act. Well, the Supreme Court came back today in a 6-3 decision. They mostly backed Trump. Okay, mostly. They said, yeah, President Trump does have immunity for his official acts, but not his personal acts. So this ruling is a big win for Trump because it got kicked down to the lower courts. And now the lower courts have to determine what is an official act and what is a presidential act. We're kind of getting in the gray area here, guys, because even if, and I'm pretty sure that the judge is probably going to try to do some stuff to make it seem like a official act of Trump will end up being a personal act. However, I believe that the Supreme Court has actually put that into consideration because President Trump can also appeal that as well. This is a devastating blow here, man. A devastating blow. Now, the three liberal justices, they're outraged by this. They're outraged. They actually voted against presidential immunity. If that's the case, they should be calling for Barack Hussein Obama to be brought up on charges for the killing of an American citizen. Without a trial, too, by the way. Yeah. What's the kid's name that died? Awolaki? Yeah, that happened under the Obama administration. Nobody went after Obama. But Joe Biden is so bad, man. He has colluded, his administration, I should say, because Joe Biden really ain't there. They're going after Donald Trump because they can't win. And it's backfired. So the Fani Willis case, yeah, that's definitely on hold anyway. That's going to affect that case too as well. Wow. Says here, the Supreme Court ruled on former President Donald Trump's immunity appeal, finding that presidents have immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts taken in office. Trump's appeal, which seeks to dismiss the case brought by special counsel Jack Smith, based on Trump's claim that he has absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts during his presidency, has long delayed the trial in Washington, D.C., bringing proceedings at the district court to a grinding halt as the Supreme Court sorted out the dispute. Trump was indicted last August on 4 felony counts relating to alleged efforts to overturn the 2020 election. Yeah, because if you are a Republican or a conservative, if you actually try to dispute an election, they're going to go after you. Even though Democrats have been doing that for the past, 24 years, going back to George W. Bush. Quote, under our constitutional structure of separated powers, the nature of presidential power entitles a former president to absolute immunity from criminal prosecution for actions within his conclusive and preclusive constitutional authority, the court held in a 6-3 ruling. And he is entitled to at least presumptive immunity from prosecution for all his official acts. There is no immunity for unofficial acts. Chief Justice John Roberts wrote in the majority opinion that the ultimate analysis on which of the allegations in Trump's indictment are considered official acts subject to immunity is, quote, best left to the lower courts. Yeah, so now it's going back down to the lower courts. Devastating blow to Jack Smith, because the idea was to keep Trump out of the White House. And when Trump goes back into the White House next year, it's over. And based on the way things are going for Joe Biden, it's definitely over. The Democrats, man, really, really played themselves. Now, Beijing Biden here actually put out a statement, and we know it really wasn't him. This is his handlers, man. It's nap time for Beijing Biden. Nap time. This is what the Biden-Harris campaign put out on the SCOTUS presidential immunity ruling here. This is what was put out by Biden's handlers here. Today's ruling doesn't change the facts. So let's be very clear about what happened on January 6th. Donald Trump snapped after he lost the 2020 election and encouraged a mob to overthrow the results of a free and fair election. Trump is already running for president as a convicted felon, there's that word again, for the very same reason he sat idly by while the mob violently attacked the Capitol. He thinks he's above the law and is willing to do anything to gain and hold on to power for himself. Since January 6th, Trump has only grown more unhinged. He's promising to be a dictator on day one, calling for our Constitution to be terminated so he can regain power, and promising a bloodbath if he loses. The American people already rejected Donald Trump's self-obsessed quest for power once. Joe Biden will make sure they reject it for good in November. Well, Joe Biden, you may not even be there. You may not even be there. And you see, they took words out of context here. Bloodbath. Dictator on day one. Donald Trump was saying, I'll be a dictator on day one for one day. In other words, close the border and drill, baby, drill. Then he said he wouldn't be a dictator. You see what they do, man? This is what they do, man. This is a full freak out by Joe Biden. I'm pretty sure, Biden's handlers are loving calling Donald Trump a convicted felon. But what does he mean? Doesn't mean anything, because his poll numbers have increased, Joe Biden. And it's only going to go up more now after the first debate. Yeah. Everything's backfiring, guys. All these cases, not going to happen. Definitely not happening in 2024. Not going to happen. So there you have it, guys. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.